Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's three-day visit to the United States will end with an address to the diaspora community at the Ronald Reagan Centre in Washington, D.C. Interaction with Indians and people of Indian origin has been a key component of Mr. Modi's overseas trip since he took office in 2014. Much like his previous interactions, this event in D.C. is also expected to be one that fills the House. Ishan Garg looks at why the already immensely popular Mr. Modi has always sought to court Indians abroad.
This is how Prime Minister Narendra Modi was welcomed the last time he addressed Indians in the US. In 2019, roughly 50,000 members of the Indian diaspora turned up for the Howdy Modi event in Houston, Texas. It was a snapshot of his popularity abroad, but also a glimpse into how he connects with this group. As the crowd asks, "Howdy Modi,"
"Sab changa si, badaj majama the,"
he responds with the message "everything is fine" in 7 different Indian languages. It's a nod perhaps to the heterogeneous nature of the diaspora community and a way to establish a link with the diverse members of this group. More recently, on a trip to Australia, he focused extensively on things common to most Indians, the love for cricket and food.
वैसे मैंने सुना है कि हैरिस पार्क में चटका की चाट, जयपुर स्वीट्स की जलेबी, उसका तो कोई जवाब ही नहीं है.
Analysts say in many ways the diaspora isn't very different from his domestic supporters in why they back him. It was shown at the Howdy Modi event, thousands cheered for his strong stance against terrorism and for his decisions to strip Kashmir of its special status in 2019, ideas that are also popular among his base at home.
He has perhaps got more acceptability with the diaspora because of the fact he's reached out to them more. He's also been at the grassroots, I think, so to speak, getting his hands dirty, in campaigning as well. So I would say that's why he's perhaps a bit more popular than the previous prime ministers.
Mr. Modi projecting India's image as an emerging superpower is also important for the diaspora. Many believe under his leadership, India is being recognized as a true global force, something that makes many in the overseas Indian community proud.
With Modi ji being at the helm of the affair, India is a powerful country. And all over the world, people look forward to have the collaborations with the largest democracy of the world.
Organizations like Deepak Singh's NRI Welfare Society now play a key role in mobilizing the community abroad. The Indian diaspora represents just 1% of the US population, but its political and economic heft has increased in the past few years. They head corporate giants such as IBM, Microsoft and Alphabet, the parent company of Google. And US Vice President Kamala Harris is just the highest-ranking politician with Indian roots in Washington, D.C. With many more people of Indian origin being represented at the helm of global companies and the US government, that's likely a reason why Mr. Modi has made a concerted effort to engage with them over the years.
I think the point remains that Indians across all income levels, be it those at the lower end of the totem pole, sending remittances back home, or those sort of in the executive boardrooms, are being quoted by the Prime Minister because he realizes that they, in the end, have the potential to galvanize the US-India relationship, in addition to, of course, the fact that there may be spillovers and benefits to his political base as well.
Prime Minister Modi has called the diaspora communities a human bridge between India and the rest of the world.
Their support abroad is seen as an international stamp of approval by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's followers here in India. Analysts say that his growing popularity abroad conveys a sense of his growing acceptance among a wider political base, and that could be crucial ahead of the general elections next year.
But just like at home, Mr. Modi also has his fair share of critics abroad, many of whom raised concerns against the government during the year-long farmers' protests in India, after which the government rolled back 3 contentious farming laws. Still, when the Prime Minister meets with Indians in Washington, the reception that he receives is something other world leaders may find hard to match. Ishan Garg, CNA, New Delhi.